I would like to extend my sincere condolences to the bereaved family of my uncle, Simon Peter Aleper. Honorable, I extend my sincere condolences to His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, who is the chairman of NRM, and indeed all the NRM leaders, colleagues, members of parliament, and all the people of Uganda. Right Honorable Speaker, I met the Honorable Simon Aleper in the 9th Parliament. I did not work with him closely in the committee, but I worked very closely with him here in the plenary, because incidentally, he was not by any chance in the same committee with me. But, Mr. Speaker, I stand here to state that the Honorable Simon Peter Aleper was a very steadfast leader who stood for very clear and correct virtues and would always stand and speak about what he stood for very loudly and clearly here in the House and also outside, without mincing words. And it was therefore very easy to work with him, because he would always speak whatever was in his heart. He was a nationalist who believed that all the people of Uganda, from the north, east, south, west, or central, if you'd like to call it, were all supposed to benefit from government programs equally. And whenever he would stand to articulate issues in this House, he would not narrow down his arguments to Karamoja alone, but he would widen the argument to benefit all the people of Uganda. So he believed in the principle of NRM, of nationalism. Mr. Speaker, as a member of NRM, rising to serve at the level of SEC means that he was an accomplished NRM leader. Because as you note, Mr. Speaker, there was a time when we used to vote for them, and he would normally get almost 100% across the country. So the NRM as a party has lost a distinguished party member who would always stand to speak in light of the NRM programs, in the radios, in the House here, also when he's engaging the members of the community. Mr. Speaker, the uncle lying here believed in democracy 100%. In his belief of democracy, he knew that there are special interest groups in this country, and he detested discrimination based on tribe, religion, gender, age, etc. The Honorable Simon Aleper is one of the members of NRM who would always remind whoever would like to hear that Ugandans should pursue the politics of interest as opposed to the politics of biology. And Mr. Speaker, the few times I've sat in SEC, he has always spoken out his mind and wants to solve problems through dialogue, constructive criticism, without hiding anything. As a member of Ateker community, Mr. Speaker, as you heard me call him uncle, the Honorable Simon Peter Aleper always stood out to support the cultural ceremonies and always campaigned for all the Ateker community to work together with other cultural groups across the country, and he would always remind us that these cultures in diversity should be a unifying factor, but also would always quick to intervene to say that we should attract investors and tourists to the Ateker region, including Karamoja sub-region. Mr. Speaker, we are going to miss his input in our forthcoming ceremonies, in the Karamoja Cultural Day, and also the Teso Cultural Day, and also most importantly, the biggest ceremony that we are going to host for the first time, where we had hoped we were going to invest on his rich experience in organizing the cultural ceremonies. Madam Speaker, Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Simon Peter Aleper detested corruption in the strongest terms possible. He spoke against corruption in all fora, and I think this House has a leave to borrow from the strong stance that he had against corruption. On issues surrounding the accident, Mr. Speaker, I personally do not have the details. It is not very easy for me to delve into discussing issues surrounding that accident, but we all heard that it was a head-on collision, and we expect that the police and the Ministry of Works should be working in light with getting a clear statement for all of us. But on issues to do with road carnage, I would like to call upon all of us to be conscious enough to do our part. Because the police will tell you it's either human error, it is the road. In this case, Mr. Speaker, that road is smooth. The road between Iganga and Tirinyi is smooth. So for this case, it may have been another error. But I know that some parts of the road sometimes are being widened in order to address the issues of them being black spots. Maybe the Ministry of Works and Transport would like to come here with a statement on how far government is making, or the Right Honorable Prime Minister is here, making steps in addressing those black spots. But largely, I call upon all of us to pay attention to our part in terms of road carnage. As national leaders, we have a greater part in making an input in curbing down the issue of road carnage. I thank the President for according the Honorable Simon Peter Aleper an official burial. And to answer the question of Honorable Seungu, Cabinet has already discussed the bill that you are talking about. It is now in the first Parliamentary Council, and it will subsequently be presented by the Right Honorable Prime Minister when it is ready. You raised healthcare issues and other general issues. Government will look into all those issues because they are for all our good. Mr. Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity, and I want to wish my uncle that he rests in peace, and may God sustain the bereaved. Thank you.